Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Sunday, February 20th, 2022, it's reported that Kevin Durant was not able to attend the NBA All-Star Game because his grandmother had died before the game. And, of course, this year the All-Star Game was called Team Durant, named after Kevin Durant, versus Team LeBron, of course, named after LeBron James. And I want you to see the familiar patterns. This death came on the monthly kill date. If you don't know what that is, you must be new here. We've been talking about it every single month since the death of Dick Gregory. He died on the kill date once upon a time, and every single month it's the same thing. The reason it's the kill date is because there's one day each month that has numerology of 44 and 64, and in Gematria, the word kill equals 44 with the alphabetic order forwards. It equals 64 in reverse. And you see the same thing every single month. Suspicious deaths and the people who die have the connection to the number. Last year, 2 years ago now, around the same time Kobe died, there was another former basketball player who died on the kill date, and he'd played in 44 NBA games in his career, which they had to make part of the story. But notice, the grandmother's name, Barbara Davis, equals 44. It also equals 98, like National Basketball Association. And, again, she's dead on the kill date. From Kevin Durant's birthday, September 29th, he turned 33 last year. From his 33rd birthday to the death, 144 days later. Remember, it's the Jesuits behind all of this. That's the number of the Jesuit order. When you write out 44 as a word, it sums to 144, just like Jesuit order. His grandmother dead 144 days after his birthday. And they set the winning score to 163 points this year. Remember, Kobe Bryant died on his 157th day of his age. Kobe Bryant equals 157, and then they set the winning score that year, the first to 157. Yesterday, it was the first to 163 points. And the thing about 163 is that's the 38th prime number where death equals 38. And if you're new here, again, this number shows up around death rituals all the time. The movie poster, murder by numbers, the E to the 3, the B to the 8. Notice murder has Gematria 38 and 83. The song Murder by Numbers came out in 83. The star of the film, Sandra Bullock, 83. From her birthday to the day the movie came out was 38 weeks later. She was in her 38th year of life. And notice that movie, Murder by Numbers, released on April 19th. A day known for murder from Waco to Oklahoma City and beyond. The other year in Canada, it was supposedly a guy dressed up as a Mountie who stole a Mountie car just shooting people all over. Murder by Numbers Day. But that's the day in history Ignatius of Loyola became the first superior general of the Jesuits. And again, killing, death, R.I.P., Gematria, English, Kabbalah. They're all 38. This code of letters and numbers is called Gematria. There's a song called Gematria, the killing name. Gematria comes from Kabbalah. But these patterns, they're so familiar. The day before this happened, I covered the news story of the death of the Minnesota congressperson who died exactly 163 weeks after taking office. 163, the 38th prime, death 38. In his case, Minnesota equals 38. He held office in Minnesota. Think of George Floyd on the corner of 38th Street. The Minnesota politician actually died on Michael Jordan's birthday. You know who was big in the All-Star weekend was Karl Anthony Towns, who supposedly lost his whole family in the pandemic. Another word that equals 38 connected to death. Supposedly his whole family died from COVID. Then he wins the All-Star game. Shout out to Victor at Mr. Futures. He helped his community win 13-1 odds. He had Karl Anthony Towns to win the three-point contest based on the ritual synced up with the COVID family deaths. And again, you know, people who are learning the knowledge and applying it are benefiting in all sorts of ways. These games are rigged. The Jesuit order controls them. They're ritually sacrificing people. I've said the same thing for 9 years straight, proving my point every single day. You know, every single month since the death of Dick Gregory, I've educated about the kill date. And we've circled the date a month in advance, and we said, look, every month it's the same thing. The YouTuber who died, SBTV, same type of thing, you know? The same stuff month after month. We'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Actually, we won't. I want you guys to see more about this. Here, this was also in the headlines just the other day. I just want you to see how repetitious it is. I mean, I just covered this. What day was this? February 18th. So this is 2 days before Kevin Durant's grandmother dies. They tell you the story of a young teenager who still slept with his stuffed animals, apparently, at age 14, which sounds weird to me. But they say he also had a fentanyl habit. You know, he still had the teddy bear at night and the fentanyl in the day. But anyway, the story is that supposedly he overdosed on fentanyl. And keep in mind, this news story came on the back of the Minnesota politician who died. But notice, in the most simple cipher, his name is 163. And then fentanyl also has the 38 in it. And notice the gematria of fentanyl. Notice the 38 and 97, and the 34, actually. Notice how Prince equals 38, 34, 97, like fentanyl. And remember, fentanyl, supposedly what took Prince's life. And then ever since then, we've heard about the fentanyl epidemic all over the nation, all the people dying from fentanyl. And, I mean, the Ashley Babbitt January 6th story, they bring back her death 163 days after it happened. By the way, in history, a war that killed a lot of people, Vietnam, that began 163 days after the Pope's birthday for the U.S. That's when the U.S. got involved on March 8th, 3-8. You see what I mean? Or 8-3. But yeah, the story from just the other day, the Minnesota politician, Rep. Jim Hagedorn, again, dead on Michael Jordan's birthday from the day he took office, January 3rd, to his death February 17th, exactly 163 weeks. You know what I mean? These patterns are happening all the time. All the time. And if you missed the video I did earlier on Gematria Effect Sports about Steph Curry's accomplishments, go back and check that out. Again, it's a big scripted show, and again, it's full of ritual sacrifice. So, been covering these same patterns for about 9 years straight, you guys. There's nothing coincidental about any of this. And that's what people got to wake up to and stop saying coincidence. Oh, what a coincidence that Kevin Durant's grandma dies the day of Team Durant. No. All right. Until next time.